Namaste everyone, I'm Melissa Clough and I'll be guiding your practice today. We'll be doing a real gentle flow, level 1. It's going to be a great practice if you're feeling any anxiety, any depression, any agitation or anything that you might be feeling during these uncertain times. This is a great practice to kind of come back and connect to yourself, to come back to connect to your soul purpose, to your authentic self, who you really are, and to let go of the attachments of fear, of material things. We often find that we need less than we think we do. And it's the practice of yoga that when you continue doing over and over again is when you begin to notice its benefits during times like this. So often I hear from my students all the time that if it weren't for yoga, they would have dealt with this situation or that situation much differently than after when they have done yoga. And you don't really realize it until you're actually in that situation where you go, oh, I'm pretty calm right now. Where is this coming from? Because I'm not normally this calm during a situation like XYZ. Times like this right now, it's scary, and it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to honor those feelings and say, look, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling kind of depressed, I'm feeling worried, and then go, how can I now deal with that? How can I cope with those feelings? And that way you can move through these challenges with more ease and more faith and more certainty and connecting to what is actually truly meaningful to you. And we often find that we need less than we think we do. And when we're forced to slow down, sometimes it can bring up those feelings even more because we are not distracting ourselves with the things we've been distracting ourselves with before to avoid these feelings. And so as you cultivate your own yoga practice, you'll find that you can enter challenges with much more ease and much greater inner peace, even though the world may seem chaotic on the outside, or even if it feels very real, which it is in many ways. It really is not. This world is temporary. It's not who we really are. We're not our bodies. We're not our things. We're not anything of this world. We're more than that. And that includes those feelings. Every feeling will pass. Every situation will pass. This is just temporary. This is just now. And so how can we be more present in the now to connect to ourselves, to connect to higher purpose, higher consciousness, to the universe, or to God if that's your belief system, because right now more than ever this is the time to do so. And so I just picked an angel card reading. I did an angel card reading with Gabby Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back, Gabrielle Bernstein, her cards. And so I did an angel card reading, and I did for this practice to say, well, how can I be of service today? How can I help others? And this card came up, and I don't know if it's backwards on the camera, but it says, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So I invite you to set that intention for your practice today, to find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So before we begin our flow, and again, this will be a gentle flow, level 1, totally welcome. This is really going to help us just ground down, activate the parasympathetic response, which is our relaxation response. Because whenever we're in survival mode, we're in the sympathetic response. We're in the sympathetic nervous system, which is flight or fight, and it's survival mode. And when we're in that state, all of our organs shut down because it's just focused on surviving. We're not actually operating optimally in our minds or in our bodies. And we really want to keep our immune system up. We really want to stay centered, focused, so that we can be the best version of ourselves possible, even when we're going through challenging times. So go ahead and close your eyes. If you have a block, I really encourage you to sit on a block. I have a yoga block here. However, you don't need a block. You can sit on a pillow. So go ahead and pause this video if you want to get something to sit on. I encourage a pillow or a couple of blankets layered up, or towels even. Whatever you can do to get yourself lifted off of the ground a little bit and get your spine elongated. So go ahead and close your eyes. As you feel this grounding happening right here, just go ahead and focus on your tailbone, drawing down towards the earth. As your eyes are closed, keep your gaze lifted so that you are staring, even with your eyes closed, staring inwardly to the middle of your eyebrows, the third eye. As you begin now to center even more, start to allow your rib cage to lift and lengthen, feeling the ribs float open as you elongate the spine, and feel your shoulder blades come back and down, away from the ears. Allow your shoulders to just relax here. As you lift and lengthen through the top of the head, drop your chin slightly, almost like you want to create a double chin. You could even bring one of your fingers to your chin and just draw the chin back, so that now you get that space, that elongation happening through the back of the spine and back of the neck. Lifting your head up a bit taller, draw your shoulders down, relax the belly. We're so often holding on, sucking in our guts. This is the time to just let it go. Allow your belly to relax. And as you allow your belly to relax, feeling the spine elongate, you can begin now to connect to your breath. Let's just start with taking some deep belly breaths in through the nose. Deep inhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise and expand. Exhale out the mouth. Feel the belly contract. Inhale, deepening through the nose. Feel the belly rise. It may feel a little tight right now because the diaphragm is tight, and that's where our breath comes from, especially if we're stressed. Everything can get real tight, but we're going to open that up very gradually. You'll notice every breath becomes easier. And exhale out the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Feel the belly rise. You can even place one hand over your belly. Feel that belly expand as you breathe in. Hold at the top of the breath. Exhale out the mouth. Feel belly contract and retract towards the spine. Inhale, deep breath in. Belly rises. Feel the belly fill up with air all the way to the top of the head. Pause here. Exhale, open mouth. Let it out. All the way down through the tailbone. And again, one last one together. Inhale through the nose. Belly rises. Exhale, open mouth, expand, let it go. With your eyes still closed here, allow the belly to open more freely through every breath. And say in your mind, if you like, I am loving kindness. I radiate loving kindness. I am more than what I feel. And I'll invite you to set your intention for your practice. It could be what is on the card that I brought up earlier. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. It could be a mantra. I am safe. I am well. All is well. I am healthy. And as you continue breathing, elongating the spine, relaxing the belly, connect to something that you're grateful for right now in this moment. There's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude breeds gratitude, so you may find, oh, but there's more than one thing that I'm grateful for. So then you start thinking of all the other things that you're grateful for. And then the more that you're grateful, the more you have an abundance mentality rather than a scarcity mentality. And the more that you come into gratitude, the more you come into love, and the less you go into fear. And now go ahead and gently float your eyes open. And we'll begin our movement. As you inhale, gently reach the arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Gaze up at your thumbs and exhale, hands come to heart center. Bow down towards your heart. I'm going to encourage you today to go even slower than you'd like to go in your practice. We're connecting to more of a kapha, if you're into Ayurveda, more kapha movement, which is slowing down, rather than a more vata or pitta, which is faster energy. We're already in that fast, fluttery state. So we really want to connect to grounding, eating warm foods, connecting to our breath, connecting to our space. So I'm going to really invite you to really slow your practice down today, but still getting the movement that you need to get that energy going, get the chi flowing. As you inhale, arms rise back up. Exhale again, hands come down. Follow your gaze to your thumbs as your hands come to your heart center. Bow down to your heart, pause here. Exhale out the mouth. Usually in our practice, we're exhaling out through the nose, but today I'm going to guide you to exhale out the mouth and really just let out, release any stagnant energy that is in your body, because we're not going to be doing a very challenging flow. And that's usually when you want to connect to that ujjayi breath, that constricting breath. You can if that's part of your practice. So I'm going to invite you to change that a little today and just breathe out through the mouth. Great. From your seated position, let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees, removing the block out from under you or your towel or any other props that you may have used. And we're just going to come right onto our hands and knees here. From here, bring your shoulders directly underneath your hands, From here, bring your shoulders directly over your wrists. Spread your fingers wide, knees underneath hips. Draw the belly in towards the spine. On your next inhale, coming into cat-cow, drop your chest down. Bring your shoulder blades together as you lift the hips up to the sky. Gaze up, maybe close your eyes here. Pull the shoulders back, and then exhale into cat. Bringing your chin down to chest. Reach the back up to the sky. Palms press deeply into the earth here. On your next inhale, back into cow. Drop your chest, close your eyes. Feel the breath guide this movement. Inhale deep, exhale deeply, reaching the back up to the sky. Drop the chin down to chest. Press your back up higher, and then inhale again. And exhale, round. Feel the hands grounding deeply into the earth, pressing your hands firmly into the ground. Feel your toes in the ground, your knees. Feel the earth supporting you as you continue 3 rounds here on your own. Breathing in for cow. Breathing out for cat. And then inhale back into neutral tabletop position. If you have any wrist issues at all, you can come onto your fists, or you can just come down onto your forearms at any time throughout the practice, or you can just skip any of these and come into child's pose, bringing your big toes together, your knees open wide, hands extend out in front of you. Which, let's go ahead and do that now if you haven't already. Drop the hips down, big toes together, knees open wide. Reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Relax the elbows here. Sometimes we'll lift up the elbows into an active child's pose. Let's just feel ourselves grounding down into the earth here. Dropping everything down. Relax the chest. Relax the hands. Relax the arms. Maybe roll your forehead back and forth a few times. Massaging the forehead. Feel the belly relax. Maybe bring your palms to face up if you want some more receiving of healing energy. Maybe open the knees wider if you want more space for the belly and the chest to just drop down. On your next inhale, press your palms back into the earth. Come up, lifting the hips up, curl the toes under, bring the knees directly underneath the hips here again. We're going to come into puppy. You may want to come back a little bit on your mat so you have some space here. And then as you exhale, drop the chest down, keep your hips lifted, and then slowly walk your hands out as far as you can go until you can just drop the chest down, drop the head, forehead down. Getting a nice little stretch in the upper back here. You can even bring your chin to the mat and feel even deeper stretching going on in the upper back. Take a few breaths. Relax the shoulders. Bring your forehead back to the mat if it's not there already. Roll the forehead back and forth a few times. Continue with your breath, breathing in, exhaling out the mouth. Slowly press your palms into the mat as you walk your hands back in, right underneath your chest, coming back into tabletop pose here. Got my little Sebastian as my student, my observer. As you inhale, come back into a cat-cow, drop the chest, gaze up. Exhale, round, bring your chin to chest back to the sky. Press your back up even higher. On your next inhale, lift your right hand up to the sky, gaze up at your palm facing up. Keep the palm facing up as you scoop that hand down underneath your left arm. Palm up and drop down onto your right shoulder here. Relax the shoulder. Maybe walk your left hand out in front of you a little bit to get a deeper twist or for a little more support. Your practice doesn't have to be perfect. Remember that. It just has to feel good. On your next inhale, hands come back to the mat. Releasing, reach that arm back up to the sky, and then right hand comes down into tabletop. Left arm rises up, gaze up at your hand as you reach up as high as you can to the sky. Scoop the arm underneath the hand, palm facing up, drop down onto your left shoulder here, and maybe walk that right hand out in front of you, pressing onto the fingertips for a little deeper stretch. Close the eyes, feel the pose. Feel the knees, the feet, the shoulders, the head, all supported by the earth. Then on your next inhale, bring the right hand back and come up. Pressing that left arm up to the sky again one last time. Exhale, hands down into tabletop. On your next inhale, drop the chest, gaze up. Exhale into cat, chin to chest, press your back to the sky. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, let's curl the toes under, lift the hips up into an upside down V, downward facing dog. Keep the belly pulling in to the spine. Now, not everybody, stay here in downward dog. Not everybody is going to feel that they are in the right position for downward dog, coming up from the knees. So if you are feeling any pain in the shoulder or any pressure, you're feeling everything in your wrist, you can walk your feet up. It's no problem. Now, some people will say, don't do that. However, I'm really into everyone's practice is their own practice, and I want yoga to feel good, and I'd rather you feel safe and feel aligned rather than overstretching or overdoing it or doing something in improper alignment. So from here, we're just going to bend one knee at a time. Press your chest towards your thighs a little bit more. Now, I like to have a closer stance between my hands and my feet just for my wrists, but it's up to you if you want to go wider. As long as you're staying this upside down V, lift the hips high, pull the belly into the spine, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep pressing your heels down, and then let's go ahead and walk out our downward dog. Might be the first one you're doing today. So bend one knee at a time, shake the head yes and no a few times. Relax the shoulders, press your hands evenly into the ground. Take a look up at your hands. Make sure your index fingers are pointing to the top of the mat, making a little L shape with the thumb and the fingers, gazing up. Now pull the shoulders away from the ears, straighten the arms, lift the hips high as you press your hands into the mat to lift those hips. And then bend both knees, come up onto the toes, really bend here. Exhale, reach those hips up towards the sky, draw the heels down, shoulders away from the ears, chest pressing back. Take a breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, go ahead and bend the knees and walk up to the top of the mat towards your hands, taking a forward fold here, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, fingertips on the shins. Now pull those shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze up, breathe in, exhale, fold. Come into ragdoll, bend both knees, hold on to your elbows, maybe bring the feet about hips width apart here. And then just rock side to side, bend one knee at a time. Feel the movement here. Get out of the box. Just allow your hips to really flow side to side. Maybe let go of your hands. Just feel this feeling, almost like a dance. Maybe roll the head back and forth a few times. Breathe. And slowly come back to center. Coming back into stillness. Let's go ahead and grab onto the big toes with the index finger, the middle finger, and the thumbs. Holding onto your big toes, press down into the fingers. Bring the weight to the balls of the feet. Lift the hips high. Maybe there's a slight bend in the knees here. That's okay. If you can't touch your toes, bend the knees. No problem. On your next inhale, gaze up, straighten the arms now. Pull up on the toes as you press down on the fingers. As you're pulling up and pressing down, you're creating space in the upper back. So press down the fingers, pull up on the toes, and then exhale. Keep pulling down, pressing up, and then open the elbows. Drop the head down towards your knees. Weight comes to the balls of the feet. Pull up on the toes, press down on the fingers. Opening the elbows, opening the upper back. Inhale, straight arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold. Open the elbows, pull up, press down. Inhale, straight arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold, open out. Pull up, press down. Inhale, halfway lift and release the fingers. Bring your fingers to your shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, squeeze those shoulder blades, and then exhale, fold back down. Bend your knees a lot here, and let's just allow the torso to rest on the thighs, dropping the head down, lift the hips high. Allow this decompression in the spine to happen. Breathe, inhale, exhale at the mouth. Maybe shake the head yes and no a few times. And then whenever you're ready, keep those knees bent as you rise up, lifting the hands up to the sky. Palms come to touch. Gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Pausing with each breath, come down slower than you want to go. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a couple breaths, maybe adjust your feet so that they're hips width apart. From here, release the hands, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. In mountain pose, this is a great way to practice your posture in any standing posture. So you can do this anytime throughout the day if you're feeling like you're hunching over or you're sitting too much. Just come into Tadasana, into mountain pose. So we're gonna go ahead and place the feet into the ground evenly, pressing evenly into all four corners of each foot. Once you're here, press your toes into the mat as your arches lift up in the feet. And then once you do that, go ahead and lift up in the ankles and the kneecaps. Just squeeze those kneecaps so you lift up, engaging the quads, the legs. Now from here, bring your hands to your hips. If you're leaning too far forward or leaning too far back, use your hands to guide you back into neutral with your hips, still keeping everything strong below. We're engaging the core, the Mula Bandha, if you're familiar with that root lock system. It's almost like you're pulling your pelvic floor up and in. And the best way to describe this, there's no other real elegant way to say it, but it's as if you're holding in your urine. And that feeling of that pulling up into the pelvic floor, that will support the core and that supports the posture. So anytime we're standing or sitting, we want to pull that Mula Bandha in. So we're pulling that pelvic floor up and in, and then release the hands down by your sides. Lift up through the top of the head, pull the shoulders away from the ears, down and back. And now go ahead and bring that chin back, almost like you're trying to get a double chin here, elongating through the back of the neck. Palms are facing forward. Feel this neutrality. It feels a little bit tiresome the first time you do this because we're not used to engaging so much. But the more you do this over time, it just becomes second nature. And then you begin to have very good posture. On your next inhale, release the hands up to the sky, palms come up to touch. Exhale, hands come behind the back. Clasp your hands together and press your palms together as you draw the shoulders away from the ear, gaze up. Breathe in, squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, and then exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. On your next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, gaze at your thumbs as you bring your hands down to heart center. Pause here for breath. Come back to gratitude. Maybe to your mantra. Find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. And then inhale, release hands up. Inhale, exhale. We're going to bring the right hand down to the side of the body. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Feet are hips width apart. As you exhale, draw that left arm over the ears. You drop the right hand down the leg. And then if you're collapsing here in the chest, if you're reaching forward, go ahead and open the heart. Open as you lean over, reaching. Press your left hips towards the side of the room and maybe gaze up. Drop your right hand down the leg a little bit more, maybe look down. As you inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach over a little bit further. Inhale, both hands come up to rise, palms touch. Exhale, left hand down the leg. Right arm reaches over. Maybe gaze up at your arm up to the sky. Or exhale, look down towards the earth. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach down a bit more. Press your right hip to the side of the room. Open the heart. Drop down a bit deeper. Reach over to the side of the room. And then inhale, both hands come to touch. Nice job. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to the lower back. Fingers point down towards your heels. Draw the elbows in towards each other as you gently, very gently, press your hips forward and gaze back. Maybe you go deep or maybe just a little bit today. Breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale, press back. Inhale, rise up. Palms come up to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers on the shins, gaze up, shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press your hands into the mat. We're just doing a very gentle sun salutation here. Come on your knees. If you really want a more strengthening practice, you can always lift your knees up and come into high plank and into regular chaturanga. Otherwise, you're going to keep the knees down, and if you're sinking in the hips, if your knees are lifted and you're doing any of this and you're doing this, we don't want to do that. That's not going to be safe for you. So you can come down to your knees and gently work your core strength. Over time, you'll be able to lift your knees up very easily. But for now, keep the knees down, elbows come in towards the rib cage, chaturanga, lower down halfway, holding here, hovering over the mat. And then inhale into cobra, keeping the thighs down, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Elbows come back, gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, look back towards your heel. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over the left shoulder towards your heel. Inhale, back up. Gaze up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift up, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Drop that chest down towards the thighs. Relax the shoulders away from the ears as you hug the shoulder blades together. Dropping down, breathe. If you feel a lot of pressure in the wrists and shoulders, walk your feet in a little, no problem. Take another breath in. Inhale, we're gonna bend the knees here. Drop down into child's pose. Big toes come together, knees open wide. Drop down onto your belly. Drop onto the forehead. Relax the elbows, the arms, maybe press the palms up. You can even do traditional balasana child's pose by bringing the hands down towards the heels and turning onto one side of your cheek. Take a breath. Reach those hips back. Another breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Inhale, slowly press into the hands. Reach the belly forward. Drop onto your stomach. Come up onto your belly and bring the tops of your feet down onto the mat. Hands come into cobra position. Baby cobra is where we're going next. We're going to bring the hands back in line with the chest. Gaze down at the mat. From here, press the tops of your feet into the ground until your kneecaps lift up off the mat. Draw the elbows in towards each other. Press your pelvis into the ground as you lift up halfway. Stay here or lift the hands up and hover them over the mat. Gaze down. You want a nice long straight neck here. Pull the belly in. Exhale. Forehead drops. Head. Everything relaxes. Inhale again. Lift up. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. Lift the knees. Lift the hands. Head is neutral. Neck's neutral here. Looking down. Breathe. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhale. Fold. One more time. Breathe in. Lift up. And exhale. Back down. On your next inhale, bend into both legs. Bending both knees. Point the toes. Press your hands out in front of you a little bit here, a couple inches, maybe a foot or two. And then press your hands into the mat, point the toes, lift up, opening through the top of the belly, the core, the lower belly, torso. Exhale, fold, everything releases down. Bring your hands down towards the ground, palms face down on the mat. Bring your forehead back to the ground. On your next inhale, coming into half locust, lift up your left foot off of the mat and then stay here, pressing your palms into the ground. Exhale, release. Inhale, right foot comes up off the ground. Exhale, release. Inhale, left foot rises up, right hand rises up. Maybe bring that arm out in front of you. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg rises up. Inhale, left hand comes up. Good, breathe. Exhale, release everything down. Inhale, come up, high cobra. Slide your hands back in towards your mat, just a little in front of your chest here. And then lift up into high cobra. Elbows are bent. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog, and breathe. Take an inhale through the nose. You can even do lion's breath. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, let it go. Good, breathe in. Lion's breath out, stick out the tongue, let it go. And breathe in. Exhale, lion's breath, let it go. Maybe shake the head yes and no a few times. Inhale, bend the knees, walk your feet up towards your hands. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms up overhead. Palms come to touch, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Pause here for a moment. Feel the energy, the chi working through the body, moving through, getting circulation through all parts of your body. Take a breath in. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. Chin comes back. Pull the belly up and in. On your next inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left leg back, drop onto the back knee. Scoot your right foot forward a little bit so that your knee is over the ankle into a 90-degree angle. On your next inhale, breathe in, rise up, crescent lunge variation here. If you want more of a stronger practice, always feel free to lift up off of that back knee. You can also do pulses here, your choice. I'm just sticking with a gentle flow today, so I'm going to keep that back knee down. Arms lift up, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe cactus the arms. Inhale, gaze up, open the heart. Exhale, reach the arms back up. Inhale, open here. Exhale, back to rise up. Inhale, one more time. Cactus arms, open the heart, press the chest up. And exhale, reach up. Breathe in, exhale, left hand comes to the inside of the foot. As the right arm reaches up into a little twist here. Breathe in. Nice, exhale. Hands come back down to the inside of the foot. Both hands are the inside of the foot. Scoot that right foot over just a little bit here. And then maybe stay here in runner's lunge or come down lower runner's lunge here and hug that knee into the shoulder. Otherwise, you can stay up on your hands. You can always use a block if you have one. Bring that underneath the left hand or a book. It's your choice here. Totally unnecessary. But we're staying here in runner's lunge, and now let's come into lizard. Reach that knee open as you come onto the side of that right foot. Drawing that knee open here. You can stay here or bend into that back knee and hold, or press the right hand to the inside of the knee. Press that knee out as you gaze up, keeping that back leg up or down, totally your choice. And then exhale, hands come back down to the earth, hug it in. Inhale, sweep that front foot back. Come up into a tabletop, knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrists. Gaze up, shoulders come back, drop the chest, exhale, round chin to chest. Inhale, back up into tabletop. Exhale, up into downward facing dog. Breathe in, exhale, out the mouth. If you want more, bring that right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Gently pull onto the ankle, very gently, and then slowly press your gaze underneath the left arm, coming into a little twist. Inhale, gently release, hands back down. Exhale, left hand over right ankle. Gently pull onto the right ankle,
Twist open here. Gaze underneath the right arm. Exhale, slowly release down. Little Sebastian's very interested in this practice. On your next inhale, bend both knees and walk your feet up to the top of your mat, coming into forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Squeeze those shoulders. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, gaze at your thumbs as you draw the hands down towards your heart and pause. Take a nice deep breath here. Relax the shoulders away from the arms, from the ears. Pause in gratitude for showing up on your mat today. Maybe for even having a body that moves. Focus on all the parts of your body that are working very, very well. And then on your next inhale, release the hands, reach the arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that right foot back. Come down onto the right knee, scoot that left foot forward until that left leg, the knee is over the ankle again here. And then from here, you're gonna slowly drop that pelvis down, getting a nice stretch in that right top of the leg, the psoas. On your next inhale, again, you can keep that knee lifted up or down, your choice here. Inhale, arms rise up, breathe in. Exhale, open the heart, cactus arms, reach the chest up, gaze up, squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhale, reach up. Good, inhale, come back down. And exhale, open. One last one, inhale. And exhale, rise up. On your next inhale, go ahead and release the hands down towards the mat. Keep your right hand to the inside of the foot. Again, you can use that block if you have one, your choice. Or you can come onto the fingertips as well. On your next inhale, again, option to lift that back knee if you like. Reach that left arm up to the sky, little twist here, gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot, scooting that foot over just a few inches. Coming down onto the hands for a runner's lunge, or option on your forearms here. If you're on your forearms, keep hugging that knee into the shoulder. Wherever you are, pause here and breathe. Gaze is down. Then on your next inhale, bend into that right foot, point the toes. That's an option. You can always not do that. So your choice here. And then the other choice is to keep your right hand down onto the mat. Press your left hand to the inside of the knee and press that knee open as you come into a variation of lizard, or coming onto the side of that left foot, and press the knee in until you open the heart up. Maybe the arm comes to straight on that left arm. You can also keep that back knee down if you like. Opening here, breathe. And exhale, release the hands back down. And go ahead and sweep that foot back behind you. Come up again into tabletop, knees underneath the, over the hips. Shoulders over the wrists, drop the chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale. Press the back to the sky. Inhale, back up to neutral. Exhale, press up into downward facing dog. Bend both knees, shake out the head a few times. Go ahead and bring the right foot up, keeping the leg neutral. So I don't want my hip open here. This is not a hip opener. This is opening the side of the left leg. So we're gonna flex the foot. Press the heel towards the back of the room. So you're gonna notice your weight shift back. You're gonna feel this in the side of the left leg, the IT band. That's what we're stretching here. Reach that heel back, and then on your next inhale, bend the right knee. Sweep that foot up, right up in between the hands. Rise up into crescent lunge. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, drop back onto the back knee. Sweep the foot back. Big toes come together. Drop onto the hips, reach the hands out, child's pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come up, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, left leg rises. Draw the toes down, flexing the foot. Reach the heel back until you feel that nice stretch in the side of the right leg. And then slowly bend the knee. Sweep the foot up right up in between the hands. Pull the belly in. Option, come on the knee. Rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop onto the back knee. Drop the hands down. Big toes come together. Knees open wide. Child's pose. On your next inhale, gently press up. Come on to the belly. Maybe scoot back so you're on your mat. And then we're going to come back into a cobra. So you're going to bring the fingers a little in front of the chest here. Press your thighs into the ground. Bend the knees, lift the head, the torso up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold down. Good. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up. And walk your hands out in front of you as we prepare for full locust. You can always come to half locust, just bringing one foot up at a time, keeping the hands down if you like. Or if you'd like, full locust. Forehead down. On your next inhale, lift the feet up off the ground. Lift the hands up, reaching up. Option to bring the hands back, balancing on the pelvis. And then exhale, fold forward, everything down. Inhale, press up into high cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Big toes together, knees open wide. Drop the head down. Inhale, slide the hands in towards the body. On your next exhale, bring the knees in, hands come down into tabletop, and then press up into a downward facing dog, getting to the last bit of the practice here. On your next inhale, bend the knees, walk the feet up towards the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. On your next inhale, we're going to prepare for balancing pose, tree pose. So feel free to use a wall if you'd like here. Or you can also do a couple variations I'll show you. So, before we come into the pose, bring your hands back to heart center. Go ahead and bring your right foot up. Bring the heel to the inside of the ankle. If that feels good, you're going to lift up and lengthen through the spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. You can stay here or bring the foot below the knee to the inside of the shin. Wherever you are, you're going to open that knee out as much as you can and stay here, or if you want more, bring the foot up to above the knee, never on the knee, above or below the knee here. Now notice if your hips are coming up, we all have our imbalances. I have a lot of imbalances in my hips. So you're just going to press the foot into the thigh, pressing up so that you're lifting up through the spine. Open that knee, keeping both hips neutral as much as possible. And then hands come to heart center. Find a point on the ground that's not moving. Your drishti is what we call it, the point of focus. And breathe here. This pose is especially good if you'd like to center and focus throughout chaos, because no matter what's happening around you, you could stay here as long as you want, anytime, as long as you're focused on your breath, the point that's not moving. Pull up the Mula Bandha, the core, pelvic floor in and up, supporting and stabilizing your balance. Then if you're totally secure here, reach the arms up overhead. Maybe gaze up. I always encourage you to fall in this pose. I've done this for so long that it's just second nature to me. However, I always still try to find something that will make me fall. Maybe it'll be a windy tree. Maybe I'll look up. And one thing that always makes you fall is closing your eyes. maybe windy tree, closing your eyes, and then you fall. And you always learn something on the way down, coming back up, right? You're like, okay, well, maybe if I focus on my breath a little bit more, or you can always learn something to help you get back into it the next time even better, until you get comfortable with that, and then you find something else to lose your balance with. So try not to be attached to the way the posture should look, to the way it should necessarily be, because we want to get out of that monotony of our practice, and we want to have humor and laugh it off and smile. All right, hands come back down to heart center, release, and come up with the left foot. Now bringing the heel onto the shin, below the knee, or above the knee. Find your posture here, balance. And then again, once you're here, lift up through the spine, find your drishti, point of focus that's not moving. Find your breath, lift up through the spine, open that knee out. Keep the hips neutral as much as possible. Then once you're focused and balanced, arms rise up. Maybe gaze up. Maybe grow the branches even higher. Maybe make a windy tree. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe do a little back bend. Do whatever you can to make yourself fall. Smile. Shake it off. Come back in. Find your balance again. And focus. Nice. Whenever you're ready, hands come back together, back to heart center. And release your feet down. Okay, let's go ahead and shake it out. And we're going to come down onto our mats, preparing for our final postures. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, come down onto the knees. If this is okay with your knees, you can always bring a blanket underneath them here. And then come up onto the knees as you inhale, sweep the arms up and reach back. Exhale, hands down to the lower back. Press your hips forward gently. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, down into a rounded child's pose here. Knees can be together or open wide for more of a hip opening. Your choice here. Inhale, draw the hands back towards the body, and slowly sweep the legs out in front of you. On your next inhale, go ahead and keep the right leg extended as we come into Janu Shirshasana. Flex this right foot and then bring the left foot to the inside of the shin. On your next inhale, arms rise up. You can use a towel here if you'd like to get some more distance, or if you have a strap. Otherwise, reach up, exhale, gently twist over that leg, and then reach the hands towards the toes, reach the crown of the head towards the foot. Keep that foot nice and flexed. You can always bend this knee if you have really tight hamstrings, you're feeling any pull in the back of the legs. Otherwise, go wherever feels really good, and then drop your head down once you get this flat back. We don't run around here. We want to really press that chest down and reach the head towards the toes. Then exhale, drop the head down. Breathe. If your arms are down, keep your elbows in line with one another. Keep the head reaching towards the toes. One more breath. And slowly, gently release. Come back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Heels come away from the body for more of a outer hip stretch, or closer for inner thigh stretch. Your choice. Press the feet open like a book up towards the sky. Press your head towards the feet, reaching. Flat back here again, and then exhale, drop the head down. Feel yourself nice and supported by the earth here. Feeling your hips grounded, your feet, your hands. Your breath. Gently press your hands back into the mat.
Extend your left foot out, press the right foot to the inside of the thigh. Keep this left foot flexed, toes pointing towards your face. As you inhale, arms rise up, lengthen, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist over that leg, reach that head forward. Little bend in this knee is fine. Reach the head towards the toes, nice flat back here. And then exhale, drop the head. Maybe you're holding on to the foot, keeping the elbows in line with one another. Or maybe you're here. This is fine too, no matter where you are, as long as you're feeling a stretch. So just remember, flexible people just have to go further. They have to go deeper to feel that. But wherever you are, as long as you're getting that opening, it's great. So take a breath here. We really want to just maintain that flat back, reaching the head towards the toes. And then on your next inhale, gently walk the hands in towards the foot, the bent leg. Then again, Baddha Konasana one last time, reaching, pressing the feet open like a book here, and then reach the head forward, drop the head down. Inhale, come up, bring both knees together. Extend the legs out in front of you. As we come into Shavasana, our final posture of the practice, I encourage you not to skip this part. This is one of the most important parts of the practice. This really helps to reset the nervous system to engage the relaxation response. And I will play my singing bowl for you while you're in Shavasana. So go ahead and just lie all the way down onto your backs, coming all the way down. Hug your knees into the chest. As you exhale, extend the legs out in front of you before we get to Shavasana. As you exhale, draw the knees into the chest here. Rock the knees side to side a few times. And then let's come into simple twist. Open the arms out like a T. Drop your knees all the way over to the right. Keeping the shoulders down here. Gaze over the left shoulder. Take a few breaths. Inhale, knees back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Keeping the shoulders down, gaze over the right arm. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead and come into knees into chest Apanasana. And feet up to the sky, dropping the knees down towards the ground. Hands on the outsides of the feet. Maybe rock side to side a few times. Slowly draw the knees back in. Exhale, extend the arms, extend the legs down. Go ahead and windshield wiper the feet back and forth a few times. Lift the hips off the ground, plop them back down. Lift the shoulders up and plop them back down. And roll your head side to side a few times. If you have something to place over your eyes, like a towel or anything, you can do so now as we come into our final pose, relaxation pose, Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel that belly rise and expand. Exhale at the mouth. Deep breath in and out. Breath in and out. Feel free to place your right hand over your belly, your left hand over your heart. As you close your eyes here, just allow yourself to feel the earth beneath you, supporting you, grounding you, hugging you. Feel your breath expand and then release any effort. Just be here now, with nothing to do and nowhere to go. In these final moments to yourself, finding your growth,
back to yourself. Shavasana. Stay here for a couple more minutes. Continuing to relax. I'm just going to play my heart singing bowl tuned to the heart chakra. As you hear this, just allow yourself to be filled with light. And imagine in your heart space any negativity transforming into light and love, and projecting that light and love out from your chest out into the world. Expand through your heart center. Feel every cell in your body become balanced and well, at ease as you breathe. Very gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And roll to the right side and pause here for a moment. Unless you're pregnant, roll to your left side. And then very slowly, with your eyes still closed, press up to a seated position facing towards me. Bring our hands to our heart center, coming back to gratitude. Repeat after me, in your mind or out loud. May there be peace unto my body. May there be peace unto my mind. May there be peace unto my family. May there be peace unto my friends. May there be peace unto my home. May there be peace unto my neighborhood. May there be peace unto my city. May there be peace unto my state. May there be peace unto my country. May there be peace unto my world. May there be peace unto my universe. May I be loving kindness to everyone I meet. Take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale out the mouth. We'll seal our practice with an Om. Chanting has been shown to be very good for your body, for your cells, for the vibration of your body, for healing. So we'll take another deep breath in, and on our third breath out, this is our second one, then we'll seal the practice with an Om. So deep breath in, exhale out the mouth, deep breath in, exhale Gently float your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me, and may you be well, may you be at peace, and may you be happy. Namaste.